Chaptany, it's me, hello. Ugh. We're here! Isn't that wonderful? How am I? I don't know, I got up at like 2. I did my dailies for Blue Protocol. Does that count as something I've done? Snack, hello. Oh. Ah, delightful orange taste. Oh, what'd you have for dinner, Chad? I had cottage pie. It was quite nice. It was quite lovely, I would say. Domino's? I haven't had Domino's in so fucking long. Fried rice? The Asian guy ate fried rice for dinner. You're telling that to me for the first time. Huh. Introduced Twerk to the world of good and semi-good third-party and bootleg Gundam. She called us evil. Twerk likes throwing around the word evil like it means anything to her. She ate a man's hand. She severed a man's hand with a chainsaw and then ate it in front of an audience. Twerkster team mode has no leg to stand on when it comes to morality. Chat, I think I'm gonna start recording on the next MCW episode tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do that. Seeing an inner frame and going, wow, FNAF. FNAF fans seeing their second robot. Wow, this is giving me major FNAF vibes. Since there's only gonna be like one promo for the next episode, and it's gonna be a bunch of matches, hopefully the turnaround time should be rather quick. Hopefully. I guess we'll find out. Us to listen when she couldn't explain how she didn't know that Gundam was the other Bandai big earner alongside Dragon Ball. Chat, who do you think is the most recognizable Dragon Ball villain? Like, you went to the middle of nowhere in, like, Turfakistan or whatever, and you showed a lineup of all of them. Who do you think they'd be able to pick out? Frieza? No debate? Saw Max Payne in the ring and said, I want to team with Max Payne. Is that a Toy Chica reference? Technically Tien, Vegeta, and Piccolo. Vegeta was the first one that sprung to mind for me. For like, yeah, people would probably recognize Vegeta before Frieza, I think. Chat, if I did like a poll in the middle of nowhere, in like some third world shithole, and I brought in pictures of like Jason Voorhees, Frieza, Darth Vader, I don't know, Dio, who the fuck else can we throw in there? Sauron? Who do you think's the one that's gonna come up with the most? Oh yeah, I know that. Vader, you think? Obviously, the most recognizable villain on Earth is Roman Reigns. Obviously. Not too fond of Joe. Because normie factor. The idea of Scott Kaufman ripping Toby Fox in half. Funny, isn't it? I'm telling you, there's gonna be a point in time in which you have solid stats for comparison for this. When Tobias inevitably makes himself the secret boss. When there are stats for Annoying Dog, you can do a direct comparison from that to Scott in that shitty FNAF RPG. Mr. Dark Invader. Have you seen them IRL? I am aware that Toby Fox is like a scrawny nothing. I know. The man is built like a fucking emaciated stick. I know. It's gonna be like that bit when Stokely Hathaway tried to spear Edge. I know. He just bounces right off of Scott Kaufman. Reflective. Triple H won't let Roman Reigns win every match and hold on to the belt for 20 years. He should really leave WWE and go to AEW, or they will book him right. Unironic post I saw. The day Roman Reigns sets foot in an AEW ring is the day I stop watching AEW. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Jesus God. Ugh. Popular AEW Twitter accounts finding out wrestling fans just want to watch cool wrestling and storylines and don't care about political discourse. Brody should have been pushed over the moon by now, but he just won't shut the fuck up. Juggalo Championship Wrestling fan arc begins that day. Asking me to choose between watching a Roman Reigns product or something directed by fucking... No, we're not doing it. Based right-wing YouTuber, season Adam Copeland figure. Don't you miss the WWE edge. Jesus Christ. Don't you miss getting jobbed out to Roman and Randy Orton? Don't you miss it? Welcome to AEW Greek Dominions. You're opening Dynamite tonight. You'll be doing 21 minutes with Roosh. Make sure to watch your neck out there, big dog. Who on the current AEW roster do you think is the most likely to kill someone? And I don't mean accidentally. I feel like Roosh has got to be kind of up there, right? If someone just does it wrong for him, someone just gets on their nerves in particular, who do you think is the closest we have to New Jack? Tony Khan should offer Roman an $8 billion contract and wear him down like this every Wednesday until he quits. Could you imagine? You think the Saudis bought the wrong league or Tony just wouldn't give them some ownership level? I think Tony Khan holding full rights to AEW is the best thing he could possibly do. The man's gone on record saying if he ever gets hit by a bus or something, Brian gets the company. It's like good. Smart man. Tony likes Roman Reigns. Tony likes a lot of things that he probably shouldn't. Ugh. Mein Gott. By threats to baby status. Good. Very vocally against Saudi Arabia for many years, even before WWE started doing shows there. That man is American through and through and loves his country very much. And he is really, really nice to people that probably don't deserve to be treated nicely. Huh. I'm turning off this heater. Yeah. Didn't realize AEW is better, or if they are running on nostalgia with WWE. I think the Saudis legitimately don't know any company for wrestling outside of the WWE, I'll be honest. You remember Rikishi doing it for The Rock because Samoans aren't prominent in wrestling? You know, if you stick to a purely kayfabe standpoint, this would explain why he never shuts the fuck up about wanting his family to just have every single thing in the company. Ugh. All right, Roman, you're going out there with Moxley. It's the cap off to this big feud. You've been cutting promos on each other for like 3 weeks. Get in there and lose to him in like 3 minutes. Roman Reigns, Greek dominions, Iberian rules, Mycenaean sovereignties, Phoenician incumbents. If Rikishi booked WWE, meme where his family hold all of the belts. My favorite story is hearing that Roman's family was watching WrestleMania when Seth cashed in the briefcase and they got really fucking angry watching the show and started throwing shit around the room. That's one of my favorite stories. There are 2 good Samoan wrestlers in the last 20 years, and one of them is dead. Yeah. Little bit. Yeah. Hey, chat, how many super kicks in one match do you think it's going to take before Jim Cornette hates me specifically? Since I just have that set as the heavy attack in my moveset. I believe his dad said WWE declared war on the family. What a level-headed family. What a level-headed, earnest, intelligent, good for the business family. Plummeting Rikishi's career, taking a goofy babyface and making him a heel in a top angle he had no business in. They really thought they were cooking with that one, didn't they? I'm sorry, I'm staring at the succubus Marine Kitagawa in the corner of my eye. It's very nice. Wow. Huh. Polynesia Bob makes his big debut to start the Great Pacific War. Yeah, Hawaii Hank is there. Maui Mike. Fiji Phil. The Isle of Samoa is all rocklets except for Samoa Joe, who arose from a pool of clay and volcanic slag like a Polynesian mythological figure. Molded from clay by Ares himself. How is every Samoan in professional wrestling in the same family except for Samoa Joe? Like, legitimately, it weirds me out. What, it's every single one except Joe? It's all rocklets. It's all rocklets. The entire thing. Are you telling me that Rock's great-great-grandpappy fathered the entire Isle of Samoa except for Joe's specific family tree. Sani Sayaki and the Gates of Agony? I guess, technically. In before we find out they're Joe's cousins, somehow. This is what it's all come to. I don't know why it always comes to this, it just does. You ever think about how badly TNA handled Samoa Joe in his last few years there? Quite often, yes. Should have been illegal, quite frankly. Just terrible at every facet. I genuinely don't know what the fuck they were thinking. TNA's best idea was definitely dumping liquefied feces on Samoa Joe and AJ Styles on the way out. What did those guys ever do for the company? We had to make sure we gave prominent in-ring positions to Hogan, Mick Foley, and Ric Flair. It was the priority, you see. Hire everyone that ruined WCW. But Eric Bischoff has decades of experience in the wrestling industry. You should trust Eric Bischoff. Look at these tickets Eric Bischoff sold in this arena for this one wrestling thing that he was planning on doing on Hulk Hogan's name. That he was giving away for free. Ugh. Nakamura has supposedly leaked that AJ is retiring at the Rumble. That's a weird spot to do it. Dude, those health benefits must be amazing. Whatever is going on in that company, they had AJ Styles getting, like, teary-eyed over John Cena, like, saying that he's really good and is cool. It's like, you should have known that already, AJ! What happened? AJ or Kevin Owens jumping to AEW? For Kevin Steen, it's fairly high. For AJ, it's pretty low. Ugh. Things used to be a lot more, like, easy to understand in wrestling. You know that? For the background shit? For decision-making processes? And then the last, like, I don't know, 15 or so years happened, and all logic was out the window in that company. You remember when Miz and R-Truth just somehow terrorized the entire company to a point where everyone walked out and refused to do their job? There was no possible way to stop these two mid-carders from running amok and taking things away from the show. To the point where the only people that felt like showing up to do their jobs were Cena, Punk, Triple H, and Sheamus. The amount of hope we had during Punk's AEW debut. All he had to do was not have an ego and get into fistfights with his co-workers. Very simple to do things. Just like the time they teased Kenny Omega versus Jay White. How's Jay White's injury coming along? How's the recovery going? Is he going fine? I hope he's going fine. Uppity about keeping Edge locked up during Cena's retirement and his bells and his night in exchange for Edge. Yeah! It would have been nice. All Hunter had to do was get on the phone with Tony when Vince, like, left him in charge and say, hey, I'm not Vince. I don't do business like Vince. All he had to fucking do. And instead, it's just active antagonism at every step of the way, to the point where you're booking shows in the same exact time slots. When is the koala in those CM Punk gifts making his MCW debut? The instant someone makes a head mod for a koala. Huh. Imagine if wrestling was managed well. Monster heel koala. How tall are koalas? Koalas are like 2 feet tall, right? Walks down the ramp as his theme song plays, proceeds to do a half-assed over rope flip, slightly winces. This is the main event paper PvP match for the century he demanded for ages. Moving around like Yoda. Centauri does brag about having UFC shows at the same time as the competition. Jesus Christ. Koalas are riddled with AIDS and STDs. All right, who on the roster is immune to disease? Koala bleeding all over Bonzi body like Bob Orton. Good reference. This'll infect you. Which game is it where AIDS is a status debuff? It's like a... What RPG is it where you catch AIDS and it works like poison in the RPG? Easiest animal to catch. Chlamydia. From... God, I hate YouTube chat just censoring things without my permission. Ugh. The whole thing in pizza time. Pizza is always nice to have. It is always an enjoyable experience. I'm in pain. Should maybe ask Wheezy about that koala that every celebrity gets pictures with when they travel to Australia. Somebody question user Eloise about the status of this koala. My back hurts. Sorry, I was distracted. The ASP and PW gag about the koala test was underrated. It's always nice, isn't it? God, my knuckles. Christ. Don't ever get old, kids. Well, Chathany, we should probably be playing a video game on this video game stream, shouldn't we? That's probably a thing we should do. Alright, 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 alright. If the koala hugs you, then you are dimes. If the koala turns away from you, then you are dimeless. It's a good measure. And then I do this, and I do this, and I do this, and then I come over here, and I do that, and that should work. Ah, they're good. There it is. Thank God. Is that clear? I really appreciate being able to edit parts of this whenever I goddamn feel like, by the way. I think I mentioned that last time. Really nice. The Beast. Tired eyes. Aged. Oh, they added more of these in the update. Good. That's the thing I was complaining about last time. The game just had like a hotfix update. They added a few more of these. Demented. Excellent. Much better. This is how it should be. Everything feels better now. McFuckingbird. Already making gun mods? I saw someone made the Keyblade complete with Keyblade combos. It's like, that's pretty neat. Ugh. Ah, my knuckles. My joints. Am I standing on... Oh, that's my thing. Right. Well, here we are again. You may not like it, but this is what the ideal male looks like. So I have not had time to play at all since the last stream. So I have not added on to the structure. Has answered saying the koala is from an animal sanctuary. Are pictures by the photo or by the hour? So I spent like the entirety of last stream of this just kind of building the house. And quite frankly, I enjoyed doing that. I like building the house. I enjoy my house. Made a Vampire Survivor-like gameplay mod. One made Doom run on it. Another made a side-scrolling hack and slash, etc. The game is versatile, so it has that going on. You motherfucker. Hey, by chance, have they made signs legible yet? Did I leave the sign in a chest somewhere? I probably did. Oh, yeah, this'll get him. Moving the CAW to Hytale via mods. That would be so beyond the pale of ridiculous. Yeah. I'm making Wrestling Empire work in the thing. I think the game's running poorly enough, thank you. Good. Just making sure everything's on the up and up. Gotta be just right. Coachella is an electronic music festival held entirely within the popular sandbox game Minecraft. I remember a few years ago, MatPat, I believe, got a working phone in Minecraft that he used in the game to call a pizza place and order a pizza. I have no idea what sorcery was involved in that. It frightens me deeply to my core to this day. I still have no understanding of how any of that worked. Ugh. That Morrowind mod where you can order a pizza IRL in the game? How do people do that shit? What level of the tism is required for such a thing? The user known as Marvelous Thief is getting the syringe chair shot only days from now. All in due time. Toddbot, rate the syringe chair shot. What a fucking good match it was, man. Like, I think about that match pretty often. That was some, like, fucking work of art, is what it was. Now, if only Hangman would shut the fuck up on social media. Found a cool dugong plushie. Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, that's pretty alright. Mothers with their remote control. This is worse than the needles in the face. Kids are going to end up dead trying this stuff. Arissa, hello. We're talking about our wrestling. God, my ankles! Really need to safety guard that. I guess that's technically what I'm doing now. The Ari. La Criatura. Show Ari the dugong. Ari! Go to the lobby in the server and look at the dugong plushie. Look at its power. The problem is I really wanted to connect, like, to the structure here, but I don't think there's a way I can do that, really. I want it to be nice and well put together. The one with the head in the box? Yeah. Look at him. Damn it. There you go. That's better. Yeah. It's sniffing. They do that. Oddly enough, I know. Do a little bit of this. That's fine. That's good. That's all I need. Good. Good, 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 good. At least now it's a little bit more, like, safety rigged. So how do mob spawns work in this, by the way? I never asked at all last time. Is it the same level of darkness required? Because I don't want anything spawning inside my house. Draw a small degree of enjoyment from the user base who feel like they just learned the truth about Santa because Hangman doesn't instantly lynch someone he traveled with for half a decade straight. It's strange that these things tend to have a ramp-up. Chat, when was the last time you genuinely talked to someone and you brought up wrestling and they said, you know that shit's fake, right? Because that happened to me like 2 weeks ago. And I had to look over at the calendar at the wall to make sure I hadn't traveled back like 15, 20 years. I say that to my mom every time. Users finding out a television show is scripted. The walk of shame. Now you know what you did. One of my coworkers 3 years ago? Jesus. I really should have another staircase here. Hang on. Yeah. Computer teacher in high school? You mean to tell me an educator in current year doesn't know that television is fake? Long time the punch was like 4 inches away. Yeah, that means someone didn't do their job right. I don't talk to IRL people about wrestling. You're smarter than me. Not a difficult thing to achieve, I'll be honest. Can't expose the business like that. No one must know. That like that, and then that whole thing's there, but then that goes up this way because there's 2 separate staircases that start here. Right, that's how that works. I don't talk to people IRL 1 step ahead. That's real forward thinking. That's a real proper thought process. Okay, so I want to build out a little bit more this way. Like, not too far, but enough that I could, like, logically make it stable looking. If you aren't making your peers feel like they have a different language than you because you keep saying work, shoot, gimmick, and angle, then you aren't optimized. You're not wrong. Patio gaming. You son of a bitch. I see how it is, motherfucker. Where's my axe? There we go. I need to make more of these, which means I need to go chop down a tree, which means I need daylight. Into the little bedroom where I sleep on the floor like a boss. Sleepy time. Yeah. You ever watch a non-wrestling YouTuber and out of the blue they start talking about Al Snow? I don't think I ever have, no. Why Al Snow? Am I missing something? Did Al Snow do something? What has Al Snow done? Talking about mid-carders in the Attitude Era? That's a weird one. Is that like that hyper-specific subsect of people whose entire exposure to wrestling is like, yeah, that show I watched when I was like 9 and then stopped? Because those people freak me out. And I have no idea how they function. Okay, you know what a kayfabe is, and you know that this whole thing is like a show. You're aware of that much. You remember Al Snow, of all things? Like someone just starts talking about Hogan and I look at them like they're a fucking Martian. I need more wood. I need gopher chucks. Seeing users trying to convince people to watch the Teen Titans Go movie. I remember hearing the movie's alright. My entire exposure to Teen Titans Go as a franchise is like watching Mr. Enter get like fucking viciously angry at it. And I watched one episode where like Robin gets Superman's powers and then solves every problem on the planet, and so the team just disbands because there's no more crime anywhere. And then it cuts to years later where he's like an old man dying in his hospital bed. And I thought that was funny. And also, apparently, Raven wants to fuck ponies. Well, you may be a disgusting interdimensional demon, but you're still a white woman at the end of the day. Hogan didn't die an honorable death like Randy did stopping the 2012 apocalypse. Yeah, Randy Savage happened to die the same day that the rapture was supposed to happen. He prevented Judgment Day for just a little longer. That's my guy. That's because Tara Strong voicing both Raven and Pony. Was it Tara Strong that posted on Twitter, like, she just straight up posted a picture of Gwen Tennyson and Ben making out? It's like, holy base. Pig. Piggy. Yes. Fat fuck. This is the only animal so far that has shown no fear of me. She loves croon humor. She was in Drawn to Life. Thought you were gonna hit me with Drawn Together, which I believe she was also in, wasn't she? She was in both, yes. Is Drawn Together the worst thing that we all remember? I don't remember laughing at anything in that show ever. What was Drawn to Life? It's been a while, I'll be honest. So I don't remember off the top of my head other than the name. It had its moments, but overall it was pretty shit. You see, the joke is that her vagina's like a tentacle monster. That's the joke. Laugh now. The joke is that she's ugly and cuts herself. Laugh now. Eh. The joke is that he's a homosexual. You may laugh now. Like, you're not doing anything funny with this. You're just saying things. Eh. Puerto Rican credit card was a solid joke. Yeah, it was all right. Oh, right, my fire pit. This is how you cook a meal every time you make a building in Valheim, by the way. MLP Con that turned out to be a scam where they nearly poisoned Tara Strong by serving her eggplants when she had a known allergy. You mean to tell me that people that run conventions are criminals? You're telling that to me for the first time. I need more wood. I have wood. Excellent. Yo, is that a duck? The mallard. Look at him. Look at him go. I like ducks. They make me happy. Ugh. Not Superman is actually a sociopath and the weakest of all his non-Kryptonians and only came to Earth to feel important. Laugh. You see, the joke is they killed a hooker and stashed it in the back of the car. Laugh. How far should I build this out? Because I want to make it like a kinda decent extra room. Like nothing crucial, but something that'd just look nice. Until not one tree stands in all these lands. Well, I can't use those ones because there's a different color. We do not mix colors around here. That is vile. Hmm. One thing at a time. Just a little bit on the up and up here. Yeah, that's okay. That's not bad. It's not terrible. Okay, don't snap your ankles, for God's sake. Don't fly too close to the sun now, little avian friend. You don't want to end up like Icarus. He was murdered by Kratos. Man, God of War 2 really is just like a fucking David Jaffe OC thing, isn't it? And then you had a boss fight with Icarus and you ripped the wings right off of him and you killed him because he was an ass to you. He was completely helpless and you killed him like a cool guy. You're so cool, Kratos. Better than being what it is today, where it's just sad dad game. Yeah. My primary issue with Dad of Boy, considering I only played the first one of those, was just that first boss fight with Baldur, is really good, and nothing else in the game comes close to it in terms of quality. Throwing Midas into lava. Hello, Kari. How come Funimation VAs can't do accents because the Demon Sisters have French accents in the original JP? Yeah. That would require effort. And you're demented if you think anyone at Funimation is going to put in effort. There were a billion adult cartoons in the 2000s, and the cream rose to the top. There are no hidden gems. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. And put like a staircase here, 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 and here, I think. Probably use the axe for this to go faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You son of a bitch. You just go there now. Stingy little bastard, ain't you? There you go. That's how I like that to be. Nice and well put together. Clone High, bro, you have to watch Clone High. You're getting preempted for Metalocalypse reruns, little buddy. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. Sometimes I feel like I was the only one that ever watched Metalocalypse. And then I remember, oh yeah, they have a band that goes on tour. I completely forgot about that. Blood Ocean. Clone High getting some resurgence and getting murdered by a reboot. You can really tell a difference between the old and the newer designs for that. Really, really easy to see it. The highest selling guitar tabs book of all time is Metalocalypse. Fuck, dude. Let's make sure this looks alright from below. Gonna put in some support structures for all of this. Do all of that, and that should be okay. Was my shit? I remember it being really good. I haven't seen it in a long time, though. This mallard wants to live in my home, but he will not come down to greet me. Could have been disastrous as it wasn't led by someone that is actually competent and could have succeeded in music without an ironic springboard. You remember they had a Metalocalypse thing when Brutal Legend came out? So you just have Jack Black, like, fanboying over Metalocalypse and then basically saying, dude, you're really fucking annoying. Christ. My arms. Everything's in pain. I'm getting another drink, hang on. Pappy's thirsty. They definitely want this to still be open air. So I'm probably gonna go make some more railings. The pipeline from home movies to Metalocalypse is pretty wild. That entire run was a lot shorter than you'd remember it being. Like, you go from the beginning of home movies to Metalocalypse first starting, it's not an insane gap of time. Adult Swim was, like, really killing it back then. Home Movies was originally a different network show. Could you imagine if it didn't get off the ground again? I need some more fences. Because actual railings are not a thing I can really make. Oh yeah, this'll go well. Just a little bit more now. Easy on does it. Wants to be like an outdoor sitting area, I think. Start off as a complete improv show. For the recording process, that sounds like it would explain a bit. The dialogue was really free flow, wasn't it? That tracks pretty well. I want the coach to give wise advice to the band. You want the members of Metalocalypse just pull up to the soccer field and Coach McGurk is there and just gives them sage-like advice? And then he goes to hit on the new nurse. At some point, the stoic Jack Black was possessed by the spirit of ancient Babylonian demon Reddit. Source, the picture of him at 25 or whatever, where he looks like a serial killer. I remember someone captioned that image with, like, juxtaposed to what he looks like nowadays, and it said something like, what is it do you believe you have gained from discarding all of that you were? Like, fuck, dude. You gotta kill him like that. Fuck. Alright, this is pretty okay. Pretty alright. Needs to be connected a little bit more. Approachable person in that pic. You know, chat, sometimes I forget that Jack Black was the villain in Neverending Story. Was it 3 or 4? Him and, like, a contingent of other shitty teenagers were the main antagonists in one of the Neverending Story sequels. If you go back and watch that, it's really bizarre. Because it's not nearly as cringe as you think, and he sounds exactly like Khan in Star Trek 2. Co-starring with The Rock and immediately decided he was only ever going to play himself for the rest of time. Simpsons joke about Neverending Story. Is that the bit where, Bastion just, like, has... What the fuck was the dragon's name? I don't remember. It's been too long. Artax was the horse. I remember that. Was in the second I Know What You Did Last Summer. He was getting a lot of work in, like, bit parts back then. Private Pile when he decided he was going to shoot the drill sergeant. You know that Jack Black was in Mars Attacks and he just dies immediately? Like, oh, what a good use of this actor people still liked. Right, tables. I need more wood. Daddy needs more wood. Need to go chop down some more trees. Until this place looks like what Saruman did to Isengard, my work is not done. The first thing I ever seen Jack Black in was in X-Files. He was in that, wasn't he? That did happen. I went back and rewatched the first episode of X-Files, like some years ago, by the way, or the first season. And by then, I had seen a lot of shows, so when I get to the episode where there's just like a serial killer contortionist or whatever, and it's like fucking Crowley from Supernatural, and my brain went, eh? First thing I saw him in was King Kong. You really are a fetus, aren't you? Was the tribute music video? How specific? Bryan Cranston got Walter White because of an episode of X-Files he was in. The first thing I ever saw Bryan Cranston in was he was Fei Long in the dub of the Street Fighter 2 movie. That still weirds me out, man. Go back and watch Ryu fight Fei Long in that movie in the dub if you just want to hear, like, Walter White doing, like, Bruce Lee sounds. Half of Breaking Bad's cast was in X-Files. To be fair, I think most everyone was in X-Files at some point, right? It was like the biggest show on television until like the last couple of seasons, wasn't it? Rob Van Dam was in X-Files. You're unlocking some core memories right now, you know that? I remember my mother actively watching X-Files back when it was airing. It was not something that I sat down and watched with her, but it was just kind of on in the background. And I remember one of the seasons ended with Mulder, like, throwing an android made by aliens into a trash compactor. And Dragon Ball Z, I believe, had been airing at that point during the Android saga. And my brain went, wow, Mulder beat an android. He must be really strong. Like, wow, Mulder could beat Frieza, no problem. That's my guy. Right, wood. Tables, furniture. The legendary super FBI agent. Let's make, like... yeah, just 2 of those is fine. Make some chairs. Use stools. I think I have a sign somewhere still. I don't need to make more. Alright, this is good. X-Files was the biggest show unless you make annoying video essays on YouTube, and then Sopranos was the biggest show. I remember seeing a thumbnail for something. I think it was one of those shitty video essay things. All I saw was the thumbnail. I did not investigate further. The video title was, Is the Sopranos Universe Haunted? Something to that effect. Is Tony Soprano haunted? Is he actively being haunted? It was something like that. Sopranos is not touching Breaking Bad. Few things can. This is going to be a nice spot where people can come and hang out together. Come out here and enjoy a nice meal. Where they will not be accosted simply for existing. Breaking Bad's side projects can't touch Breaking Bad. I did not sit down and watch the Jesse movie, I must confess. I neglected to do that with my time. Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad in several aspects. Yeah, a little bit. This one's good. This one's fine. This is a nice spot. I think this looks okay. I think I have some light stuff in here still, right? Yes, I do. I low-key liked the Saul Goodman memes better. You ever see that edit of Breaking Bad where they're in Mario Kart? That shit's amazing. This is why editing was invented. Throw you here. It was Mario Kart Wii. This'll look good for everyone involved, right? A little bit of this around. Just a smidge here and there. Let's see if the update did anything for the signs. Better Call Saul's ending is excellent unless you want wacky-based lawyer Sigma TikTok edits. What it devolved into after a while, right? Unfortunately, I can't attach it to the post. Where would you even go to type on the sign, anyway? Even if they did fix it, there's not, like, a immediate button that springs to mind. Is it F? No. This just makes me jerk myself off with the sign. Is it F? No. No, I guess not. Unless there's a button I'm missing. Slippin' Jimmy sounds like a Jimmy Neutron episode. Little bit. It'll be there for whenever it's updated. Huh. Didn't the She-Hulk guys say that you could watch their shows when BCS ended? When Better Call Saul ended? You mean to tell me writers for She-Hulk are full of shit? Right, what's next on the agenda? Read the bit about She-Hulk and the benches. People trolling She-Hulk because they used one of those anti-homeless benches as her attorney bench ad promotion, while Saul Goodman used normal benches. So basically, it was the elitist anti-poor people She-Hulk versus the man of the people Saul Goodman. He is a man of the people, it's true. That's why he's done nothing wrong in MCW at all. Saw a clip of She-Hulk writers going, "We did it all on purpose. We predicted you would react like this 3 years ago." We predicted everyone would universally revile this shit that we wrote and spent $18 million on. We wasted all of this money to make you angry and then not get paid enough to warrant it. She-Hulk series creator wrote Pickle Rick. This is not something anyone should be proud of. I'm gonna be real honest about that. Okay, so I'm thinking, like, do it this way. Just from the top. Do I have the range for it? Yes, I do! More than you think, to be honest. Not bad. Not terrible. Okay, that's pretty good. Don't break your ankles, you'll be fine. That duck is still flying around at this hour. I believe it may be some form of vampire. Alright, there's that. Describe Breaking Bad as a Shakespearean tragic comedy and Better Call Saul as an epical Greek tragedy, and it checks out despite being essayist babble. Every once in a while, they'll say something that sounds coherent. Even if they say it like an asshole. I should probably sleep for daylight. Rewatch Breaking Bad recently, and forget Season 1 played out as a dark comedy. There's a reason people, like, years ago were just, like, re-editing scenes with laugh tracks. Like it's a fucking sitcom. It's like, yeah, this is pretty alright. I think about the pizza a lot, and it makes me sad that pizza was wasted. You never waste pizza. Alright, I gotta get around here and see if I can't do a thing. Eh. Yeah. Okay, hang on. Where are you actually, like, right here, yeah? It's about right. Good. It's all coming together. Skylar is vital to the show? Absolutely. You always need a heal. Fast forwarded every time there was a Skylar scene. No, you need that. You need a character to bitch at the protagonist. Otherwise, the protagonist has no immediate, regular, like... How do I even phrase that? No mundane source of struggle. It's like if the entire point of where the series starts is he's doing all of this so his family will be financially stable after he's dead. And then you do all of that shit with Skylar, and then, like, this is not worth your time if this is the way your family treats you. So why the fuck are you still doing it? Because you don't know what else to do at this point. You miss a large aspect of Walter's past failure. Yes. I'm gonna have to do this from the outside again. Do it from the middle, and then line the outer edge with regular wood. I'm gonna try and make this even. Let me count these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, well, there's no middle point for an even number, so I guess here is good enough. Try and make this lined up. Still not enough. Son of a bitch. Ugh. Why would you do it that way? Why would you do that to me? There you go. Ow. A little bit more. That's it. Good. Now just go back and clean up that mess up there. I want to get lost in my own house. There you are, you filthy little thing, you. Make it presentable. As much as you can. Let's just even this out a little bit, huh? Looking okay, right? Decent. Getting there. Whole self to make sure his family got a future, and then said family fucks it up so much it makes you question why Walter even bothered. And then he was in too deep at that point to back out. And just, ugh. They were really hitting on all cylinders, weren't they? Need more wood. There we go. Well, a lot of everyone in Breaking Bad is a repulsive, despicable individual, ... including Hank especially, posting in my feed recently. Jesus Christ. We're at that stage, are we? Pig? This pig fears me, yet the other one did not. Hang on. Since I can mantle, can't I just... yeah. Okay, not that far, for God's sake. Just a little bit more. Good. Good. I'm glad Hank got to see that Walter actually cared about him and it wasn't an act before he died. In a world of uncertainty, it's nice to see that there are people who actually give a shit. Can I reach it from the balcony over here, actually? That would make this a lot more simple. Kind of. Like, the faintest amount. Easy does it. You think Breaking Bad would have turned out if they killed Jesse at the end of season 1 like they were originally? You would have had a lot less to bounce things off of. Fuck. That's hard to put together off the top of my head, man. Weird thing about Dr. House and Breaking Bad having a linked universe. That's strange, I'll admit. It would have been a weaker show. Yeah. What would you even do from that point on with, like, the business side of things? Or the plan they had was Tuco killing Jesse, Walter kidnapping and beheading Tuco after he killed Junior. Ah, the murdering has begun. Is that good? That looks good. That looks okay, I think. It looks alright. They'd have Walter get a new sidekick every season. Oh, God! Could you imagine? It would have been like that shit that happened in Stranger Things where they introduce a new character specifically to murder them. And make the audience big sad. Jesus Christ. Is important because he is a reverse Walter. And that he's a schlubby dirtbag junkie despite all of the hacking softboy posting people do. And improves over time. Be able to do a little bit of this here. That's pretty good. They're doing soft boy posting for Jesse Pinkman? Jesus. He's just a heckin' chill guy who wants to skate with his friends. He never wanted any of this. Trans Mask Jesse fan art? Jesus, man! Ugh. The internet does some stupid shit. You know what? Oh, you. Has anyone ever developed, like, a blueprint mod for Minecraft? Where it's just you build something and then you save that as a blueprint so you can place it wherever you want? Easy does it. And I do one of these here. Good. And goddamn tastic is what that is. Okay, looking fairly stable. Fairly. Mostly. Just a matter of adding some small details to make it look a little bit more presentable now. Alright, gotta do it this way, don't I? Such a weird way of doing that. Inside that way. Give the whole thing just a little bit better off. 10-hour cut of Jesse blowing Gale's head off. Sometimes things just tickle the funny bone just right. Little bit at a time. Make it look refined. There's a gap here, but I think we can afford to seal that up without losing too much of the principle. Although it is connecting that way now. Shit. Okay, going decent, I'd say. That part doesn't really matter, does it? As long as it's in there. The only part that matters. Good enough. It's doing a little bit of a thing here, but yeah. There are worse things, I guess. Oh god, never mind. He just snap on just right. Not be so complacent about it. Need it to at least look like it has some proper structure to it. Little bit at a time here. Just for the love of God. one as it goes. That's all right, I think. Probably make this one just a little bit taller. Just a hair. And like that, I'm out of fences again. Shit. Feels like a hypothetical show because it was the biggest thing on Earth for its runtime, but nobody has ever said anything about a character or plotline or anything, and it's just vibes. Yeah, a little bit. I went back and I watched, like, the first season of that show recently, and it holds up astonishingly well compared to every other piece of garbage to come out of it. It's really surreal in hindsight. Because that first season was clearly written for adults, and then everything after that was for, like, Tumblr shippers. And it just kind of got worse as it went on. I knew about Stranger Things was one of the actors having no teeth. He has like a thing where his teeth do the whistle thing. I need more wood, excuse me. Ah! The dire wolf. So you have come to challenge me where my powers are at their greatest. Bring it on, bitch. Yeah. You want this, Poochie? Yeah. It's like a truck. Yeah. Take that, dog. Trees, 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 trees. There's always another problem. Yeah. Now, if a man can do his labor for the day without being accosted by the locals. Saying it would have been bad if Stranger Things ending was just a D&D game, but I bet that would have been better than the Will sucks a stranger's thing, I'm not afraid anymore ending. I think the entire series should have been an anthology thing, and every season should have just been a completely different plot with a different cast. And just let the ending to that first season remain ambiguous for what it means. Would have been a significant improvement. No, we can't leave the child actors behind. They're too marketable. I'm waiting, I'm not afraid anymore, come on! It cracks me up every fucking time. Trying to sell Mind Flayer versus Godzilla when it died to fire. It's not even just it's affected by fire. Anything that it's, like, mind melded with being in heat at all will also cause harm to it. In that second season, Will is, like, possessed, so they just crank up the temperature on a heater and he starts freaking out. Like, wow, what a bitch. Need more of that. Thank you very much. I'm in that spot where I'm collecting too many things again. Greatest tragedy in wrestling histories is the CAW run didn't last long enough for Zack to win the trios titles off of FGC with that finish. Book Oni plays versus the X-Files. Have him do the bit and, like, the Martian doesn't know what the fuck he's on about. These are free ideas. Anyone is free to use them as they see fit. Huh. Chat, why is it that I stream on YouTube and once per stream the OBS connection dies? That's something really bizarre. That has to be a system overload thing of some kind, right? I genuinely have no idea what else it could be. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm trapped. Huh. Yeah, that's all right. That's not bad at all. Just make it look like it's more structurally sound than it probably is. That's all right. That's okay. Hey, will it fix itself if I place the one that's on top first, you think? It does! And because of the way the physics work, I can slip right through there if need be. Running an official DraftKings pool for the cage match. Quick, someone get twerk. Her favorite gambling. Okay, that one's looking pretty structurally sound. Now we must move on to this thing. Problem is, it's mostly pretty stable looking. It's just these parts need to be a little bit more so. Hmm. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Didn't they have about 99% of the plot details for Season 5 in a stage play and interviews? That sounds like something they would have done, yeah. Why would you do that? Hmm. As long as that's good, that's what I care about. That's mostly okay. Mostly. It's defensible. Should I build a moat around this place, you think? Would that be a bridge too far? I think a moat would really bring this place together. I just need to, like, level out the hills on the side. Nah. Is Zach gonna debut as his Oni Plays version or with his Zacket? That is an excellent question. Get buckets filled with water, profit. Moats are cool, it's true. Or do you think me, like, building this thing on a hill is good enough? Check if you can use doors with those fences. I believe I can. The double gate annoys me. I was hoping they'd open at the same time like the double doors upstairs. So you're not wrong. Do 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 do. Make a couple of those. And also get rid of some of this garbage that I have no need of. Be gone, yellow petals. That's pretty okay. That's alright. It's not bad. It's not terrible. I can live with that. Place looks better than it did. I think at least I should have a moat on this side. How deep should a moat be? Like 6 blocks down, you think? Over fortification? Because I can do things to fortify the place, like, logically, since I'm on kind of a hilltop here. It's just kind of the way this is. Because this way is mostly completely safe. Aside from, like, the underground area here. But, yeah, we could fence that off here. You can make spike traps. Just use those. But moats are cool, though. Doing his nose and fire pro sprites was one of the first CAW challenges. One of the mod packs I have installed in Wrestling Empire adds like a Plague Doctor beak. I could probably use that. I probably could. It's just for accessory stuff like that, you can't change the placement on them. Two cubes depth moat and have spike traps underwater. Decisions. The fuck is that? Is that baby pig? Is that what that is? He's trapped on a hill. There you go, little fella. Go on now. I have freed you from your prison. Run and frolic. It's already the 27th? Yes. I have found your child, big pigs. Go on. Vital research that allowed complex heads later. See Snack Eater and Ada Stout. The Goomba head and the anime girl. For Wrestling Empire, it's a... I have no idea how people get, like, new face models to work in that game. Because it's just a texture you overlay on a already existing thing. But I don't know how they get it to look so seamless instead of, like, it's an obvious thing that you just threw on there. The Vader Goomba. Oh, decisions, decisions. Pretty neglectful parents. Pigs often are. Allow you to grab animals. I think I was saying that last time. I wish there was a button that just let me pick up animals. Even if it was just the small ones. That's no moon. Huh. There's a box you can make inside of the farm station? Hang on, this warrants investigating. A farm station, you say? Furniture, builders, tanning, farmer's workbench. Needs plant fiber and logs. Yep, time to go cut some crops. There's some crops I can cut. Yak. Not enough for plant fiber. Giving me wheat, but not plant fiber. The grass gives fiber? Not really. You give plant fiber. The pine bushes. Yeah, that's good enough. I just need to cut down another tree. It said any log, so I may as well. One damn thing at a time. Now I just need to clean up some garbage in my pockets, like these bones. I'll be taking this, thank you. Has a nice, safe glow to it. Yeah. Yeah, this'll go well. Farmer's workbench. This'll go well. Check in with the boys, take care. Have a good one, Barg. If the CAW stream ever came back for one night only, I would likely run light outlines on everyone, like the Carl Rumble surprise had. It was a really good-looking sprite. It looked really on model. Give myself just a little bit more space to work with here. Yeah, that's good enough. Feed bag. Some animals might be lured by this. A crude hoe. There's a lot of those on Twitter. Watering can, used for crops. Capture crate. I should probably go put some shit away before I do anything, huh? And also cook, for God's sake. Turn it on. Had Foreigner Cold as Ice in the theme, but they blocked my upload, so I had to use something from the film. I hate the way YouTube does the copyright shit, dude. It pisses me off every single time I run into a complication. It's insufferable. The way they do that shit. And now the animal will have a place to be. And it will enjoy it. It's a wrestling mod. If people figured out, like, Keyblade combos already, I guess it's more likely than not at all. Let hope remain in your heart. I think that brings the room together all right, don't you? Be the ECW one night stand equivalent. Who are we booing out of the arena? Who's gonna be the victim to get booed out of the arena? Is it Bonzi? It should probably be Bonzi, right? Or is Bonzi too much of a, oh man, he's such a fucking dirtbag, he's so cool? Should it be Duke? Duke's a good choice for getting booed out of an arena by a crowd. Have to figure it out at the MCW guys to be the Cena equivalent. Ah, shit, that's a lot to think about. I'll have to get back to you on that. What the fuck was I doing? Right, I was putting away garbage. You. Out of space already, Jesus. Plant fibers in there. Else. Should probably get another one. You can stack chests on top of each other? That is a godsend thing to know about, thank you. The wheat. That's caps lock, you idiot, not shit. Internet champion Superhuman is getting the colossal earth-shattering pop. As he goddamn should! I love Wrestling Empire. There's a couple things that game is in dire need of. One, being able to make a championship for scratch and have as many in your league as you want, and also trios titles. There are no trios titles in Wrestling Empire, and I'm still livid about it. It can pull from nearby chests. That is good to know. That's very good to know. Too American-brained of a game? Yeah! Hell, what would be a good spot? Because I want to keep things kind of together. I guess here's fine. Yeah, that's alright. Go there, you go there. There. Put a hole in the wall and cover it up. But then I'd have to crack it open again when I need to get things into it. Using the same engine and gameplay M. Dickey uses in other games. He put out, like, a superhero game fairly recently that looked unbelievably funny. Where you just awaken to superpowers one day and you, like, have the power to piss people into stone. Like, this seems very on the money for the sense of humor these streams have. Should probably sleep so I get some daylight. School one seems funny. Wow. Making bully, but at M. Dickey's home. This is a nice look. You know that? I really like the way this place looks. Need something a little bit more lived in to feel more natural, though. If ECW stuck around for another 5 years, it could have ended up on Adult Swim, seeing as the UK channel that hosted the Adult Swim block did have the rights to broadcast ECW. That's a weird timeline, man. If Fire Pro modding were not held together by Reddit karma and tape, then there would be no contest or wrestling games. Unfortunately, we live in a time period where your boy Smodzilla has, like, the entire market cornered. Ugh. Chat, I need to piss. I'll be right back, okay? Don't go anywhere. I'm back. Have you seen the big thing in the sky at night? Yes, Vinyl, we call that the moon. I realize it's a name that's not really catching on that much in current year. Issue with Fire Pro is that the guy's pack is the foundation of which all mods are built on, so you can't disconnect from that system if you wanted to. Are the modders for Fire Pro on that weird honor code that modders do, where you can't just make a mod that does exactly the same thing so you can just disassociate from a guy for being a cunt? By the way, the level of patience you have to not curse that guy out for all the stupid shit you have relayed to us is sage-like. I have no idea how you... I would have lost my shit with that guy after a month at most. What was I doing? Right, I was capturing a little critter, wasn't I? Chat, will animals starve if I don't feed them, or are we fine? There's a Japanese guy on Twitter that makes unbelievable stuff beyond anything that guy makes, but I can't figure out how he does. It's the worst feeling in the world, isn't it? Like, please, someone, just fucking translate this shit for me. Should be fine, just leave a feed bag just in case. That's what I need. Okay. For feed bag, I need wheat. Fruit I already have. Life essence I have more of upstairs, I think. The simplest thing he's done is have a live RGB scrolling character outfit. What? That's psychotic. That's sorcery is what that is. In the Fire Pro engine? That's insane. Ugh. Mossy cobblestone in this one. Shit. Throw that there. Have room there. I really should just make a bunch more chests, shouldn't I? Wheat. Fruit I have. The life essence I can go get. Does a lot of magical girls, so he does have many effects in this. Rainbows and sparkling. Has he figured out, like, mid-match transformations? I feel like this is going to a very odd place. I was getting them from wheat, wasn't I? Remember that time Penta transformed mid-match? And he came out and he was red? That shit was rad. Out of the way, yaks! Right. Feed bag. Yep. Do a little bit of that. Excellent. Bag of animal feed. turning into dragons in Lucha Underground. So, like, characters were, like, canonically being murdered in Lucha Underground, right? Because I remember they ripped out a guy's heart at one point, and then that guy stopped showing up. Those are some ancient memories, by the way. Yes? How do I... The feed bag. Very simplistic form of this, where you could have a certain move switch to an alternate outfit. Angle having a taunt to pull the straps down, for example, but nothing happening live. I think Wrestling Empire did implement specific taunts for removing articles of your outfit. But one taunting in that game is really jank and doesn't work sometimes. Like, sometimes your character will just do taunts that they're not equipped with. And if you do the taunt to remove an article of clothing, it will remove every article of clothing for the body part that is assigned to. They're not really going for it. Don't run away, pig. Vinyl, how capture animal? He's running away. Look at him go. Click on it. With left click? Oh. Come here now, little piglin. Hello, little fella. You see this? Yes! Good piggy. Good piggy. Piggy, no run! Get in the box, freak. Oh. I got him. He belongs to me now. Excellent. Truly excellent. So now that I have him, does he belong to me? Do I have to worry? Do I have to, like, child-proof everything? So he doesn't throw himself over a cliff? Because it feels like that's what I'm going to have to do here. Oh. He's going to throw himself off that cliff? You know, a moat would really come in handy right about now. Huh. Yes! Consume! And then get excited for next consume! Are you approaching me? Hello. Does the animal enjoy being here? I hope he enjoys being here. Come on now. Come on now, little fella. Everything's okay now, Wilfred. There's a good little creature now. As long as he doesn't jump over a cliff, we're fine. Does he belong to me now? Is he my property? Is he my 3/5 of a person? He seems pretty content, I'll be honest. Seems pretty alright. As long as he doesn't, like, jump that fence again. Wilfred? Wilfred? You good? Wilfred? Don't jump into the fire pit or over the fence. It's not worth it. I feel like I'm in a nature documentary right now. Alright, he doesn't seem like he's trying to get on top of any of the furniture or whatever now. So there is that. As long as he doesn't, we're good. Does he get scared if I start sprinting? No, he seems fine. Can I make, like, an animal bed or something? I can make a chicken coop. But I need to upgrade the bench for that. Thorium hoe. I keep getting paranoid he's gonna jump the fence. Wilfred, you stay there. Don't go getting an adventurous spirit. Make sure I lock up the house anytime I leave. You better still be here. Right. Oh. This whole thing. I think I am going to attempt to make this more of a steep cliff. Just a little bit. Just so nothing can climb up at will. And there's only, like, one pathway leading to the front door. Just need to level the place out a little bit. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to plan. Just have to keep doing it for a while. Just a little bit now. Just a little bit at a time. This is probably going to take longer than anything that's like a direct addition to the fortress. I can hear the wind picking up outside. Probably a bad sign. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every once in a while, things will deteriorate down to a base level. God damn it, I was using that. Ugh. So repair kits, huh? Needs light leather, which I have upstairs, I think. Look at him. He's asleep. Oh. Hmm. An idea. Light leather. There you are. Something. Doo-doo. Little bit of that. Bitchin'. Repair tools. Repaired tools will lose up to 10% of their maximum durability. How does this work? Do I deploy it? No. I guess so. Good enough. Stay home now, boy. I have to keep leveling all this out. Gonna take a bit. Dirt on top of stone will be destroyed, but dirt on top of dirt will remain. Weird fucking dichotomy we have around here, you know that? Favorite save theme in Resident Evil game? The one from Dead Aim. You went the one from Dead Aim, huh? It's probably still Serenity from 4, I'll be honest. It's real good. They really just accidentally made, like, one of the best games ever made, didn't they? And to this day, they fail to really understand why everyone loves it. Completely revolutionize the third-person shooter genre. Just casually do it. The Dead Aim save theme is fire. I don't think I've ever really sat down and listened to it, I'll be honest. Damn scroll wheel. Example is something I am perplexed by in lobby. Let me look quick. Alright, let's take a look. Is that a water texture that's moving back and forth? Throwing off of the... Okay, there's two tables set up at ringside and they make like a slide and one of the chicks threw the other chick down it and it functioned like a slide and fell into the ocean with actual water. And then she went down the slide after her and landed on top of her, and then they both climbed back up to the ringside area. That is sorcery, dude. That is actual sorcery. I have no idea what the fuck is going on there. Are the tables themselves part of the animation? I don't mean the sliding part. I mean Okay, if the game doesn't use 3D models... is setting up the tables and then doing a little whatever in the ring, and then doing the animation with the sliding all one single animation? Because that's the only thing I can think of. It's likely. Amel. Go with the original for my favorite safe room theme. Pretty good. We're gonna be here a while getting this handled. Somewhat include props as part of a move, like how we got Dante and Virgil using swords, but I do not know how you do it for a move like this. That is some fucking psychotic scripting. It's perplexing at best. On top of animated water and outside of the arena movement. Because that all has to be custom scripting, right? It has to be. Can I just make another one of these at this point? Probably should. Yeah, fuck it. That's like nothing. Out you go. Wilfred, you stay put. Gonna be here a minute yet. Need iron tech to get a shovel in this. I do have iron in the thing. But the pickaxe is doing it in 4 anyway. A lot of unseen instances when recording when a move would be positioned to leave someone beyond the barricade and they would just be stuck. So it's not, the game does not have any kind of actual space programmed outside of where they're logically supposed to be in a ring side area. So being outside the bounds of that would require custom scripting in and of itself, much less having water. You can hit entire rows at a time? Shit, I should probably go look into that right now. It has to be one consistent animation. Close door for pig. Oh, Fred, there you are. Goddamn light leather. Yeah, it's light leather that I need. Ah, here I go killing animals again. Get rid of all this dirt that I just happen to have. I slaughtered them like animals. You think you can kick me and get away with it, freak? That's a medium hide. Bunny! Okay, jackalope, whatever. Come here! That's light hide. I need more of that from smaller scale animals. The world will end in exactly 2 minutes, 12 hours ago by the usual crowd. Is that those people that think the doomsday clock is real? Is that those people? Rip Faz. He knew what he did. He knew what crimes he committed. Yes? Jesus Christ. Alright, I need to kill this bear quick. Just because I can. Yeah. I can cancel anything in a block, which is really useful. Yeah. Accursed beast. A little bit of that, we should be fine. I need more small animals I can murder that don't deserve to die. I need a little critter. Oh, hey, a cave. Anything down here that I can strip for leather? This one goes down a fair bit. Quite a bit. Huh. Attempt to keep in mind this place is here. Ah, good, the plague rats. Just what I needed. Your leather will serve me well. Try to light this place up a little bit. Just so I know it's here. This should be all I need. It's off, skeleton. Yep. Yahoo. I stole your child. He's my child now. Right, I need to tan it, don't I? Light hide. Also heavy hide, why not? It's already here. Roll that garbage in there. Needs 3. Look at him. He is a sleepy child. Wind is really picking up out there. He is marvelous. He is baby. Perhaps even more baby than you. Yes, it's her, the Awi. Time for bacon. He also got 4 tag teams working? Jesus God. Time for bacon, not time for beef. Wilfred, my child! Wilfred, did you just leave? Wilfred? Wilfred, why have you gone? Wilfred? Wilfred, I swear to God! You have forgotten your purpose! They're not your parents anymore, Wilfred. I am your parent now. Get in the box. My threats were too much for him. Evidently. I should probably fill in that gap, shouldn't I? Probably a good idea. Although with you being here, rather difficult. Yeah, that'll hold. Relatively. Let me use this other door I have here. Why not? Not there! You goy putt snatcher! Yeah, that works. Wilfred! Wilfred! Why do you keep running from me after we already had a big bond thing? Get in the box. Wilfred! 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 Apparently there was another gap there that I didn't even notice. Wilfred! Where'd you go this time, boy? Where'd you slink off to in the dead of night now? Boy, it's gonna be bad when I find you. He ran off into the night, like a slave seeing a chance to free himself. We gonna cut off your foot when I find you, boy. Yeah. Yeah, that's where the gap is. Right where you are. Yeah. You know, Wilfred, there's monsters out there in the world. Much worse than what you'll find in my humble home. You're foolish to run. There's skeletons out there in the night, boy. I have no idea how I even fit through that gap, to be honest. How's the game compare to Minecraft? Combat feels a lot better, and being able to specifically choose the angle of placing things is very convenient. There's a lot of quality of life improvements that are just built in, especially for the file size being as low as it is in comparison to what modded Minecraft tends to get to, which is pretty astronomical. It is very much worth your time, I feel. I don't think he can get out of that gap. I don't think. Great being stuck in the Reddit-Zilla ecosystem where functional things happen, such as Deep Space Deathmatch. The Deep Space Nine Deathmatch. The humbling of Red Letter Media. Iconic moment in CAW history. Incredible things happened that night. $157 points scored without match end. What a bizarre series of events it was, huh? Alright, this should be, like, infant-proof now, I think. Convince Mojang to not require everyone who buys the game to submit digital ID to buy the game. That's still insane, by the way. If that was ever a thing. Unity crash. Baby. Wilfred. Wilfred! I have a little thingy here for you, Wilfred. You know, he was so chill for so long, and now he's trying to escape me again. I don't know why he is, only that he is. Trying desperately to escape the confines of his prison. Just a matter of actually implementing it? No, that would require Mojang employees to work for longer than 20 minutes a year. And then refuse to add sharks to the game because they don't want people to be afraid of sharks. Look at him run around. He thinks he knows a way out. There is no way out anymore, Wilfred. This is a prison of your own making. You could have had a nice, more open-air space, but you didn't want that. Was that the name of the pig in Black Cauldron or Charlotte's Web? I think it's the name of Rolf's pig. He jumped. You do a big hop, he does. Wilfred? Now there's a spot there he could have gotten out from. Glad he didn't notice that one. Let's fix that quick, shall we? You know, just a little bit. Steady as it goes. Ugh. Wilfred, where'd you get off to now? Wilfred? I can hear you. Wilfred? Oh, there you are. You know, boy, it's not really safe to be hopping around up here. The long fall. The very, very long fall. Phasing through walls to avoid taxation. We should all be so fortunate. What, is the feedback not good enough for you anymore? Wilfred! Wilfred! Boy, you really don't want to be up here. Wilfred. Don't go onto the roof now, boy! It's not worth it, Wilfred! Eat from the feed bag! Pretend everything in life is fine! I need child-proof locks. probably bring the whole place together more so than it is, right? Long as he doesn't try to claw his way out, all is well in the world. Well, at this point, I may as well just do it this... You son of... You know what? Never. He sleep. He attempt to escape yet again. Despite the fact it is a fruitless endeavor. Wilfred, do you want in here? Wilfred? Is that what you want? You want to go in the room? Go in the room, Wilfred. You live here now. What the fuck? Wilfred? Are you phasing through reality? Alright, that was weird. I guess he can just do that. Do you feel at peace here? Is everything okay, Wilfred? I need you to walk to the underside of this again to see if that happens once more, or if that was a freak accident. Uh-huh. Alright, well, I'm gonna head out now. And just hope you don't throw yourself off a ravine or something when I get back. Weirdo. You go there. Everything's a-okay. I am gonna go down into that mine and see if there's anything I can manage. Tanning rack should be long ready by now. There's a tanning rack. Just want to take a look at the cave before I do anything else. The hell is that? I wish there was a zoom button. What master do you serve? Oh, you're one of those freaks. Yeah. One of those torso-lings. Be gone, demon. Is that a fucking beholder? Chat, why is there a beholder out here? Does anyone have an explanation for why I'm looking at a beholder right now? It sees me. I feel like that's a little above my pay grade right now, I'll be honest. You know, just a little bit. Just a hair, you might say. Hope it can't fit through the entrance of that cave. Damn horrors that be. One thing at a time. Mine. These caves go pretty deep on their own, huh? You know, there's a reason I have ladders on me. I may as well actually use them. You know, assuming I can even reach. There we go. Stalactites. I yearn for the mind's Ori. It's okay, most third worlders do. Just realize that one guy who has the Lost AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega match is going to try and extort more money from the Lost Media Wiki and Cultaholic for him to make it public. Oh, cool, skulls. Oh, I can't have them. Lame. I seen you, boy. Surprised how deep these things generate on their own. Very convenient for me. Rats in a maze. That was crazy once. They locked me in a room full of rats. Rats make you crazy. That's a bit of a trek downwards. Shame I can't put down, like, rope. Rope would be very useful. He does it. This is still kind of a long drop, isn't it? Ah, good. The horrors that be. I might be able to finagle myself out of this situation. Maybe. Possibly. Not quite sure. Yeah. I'm fine. I feel fine, quite frankly. How did I manage to do that? Huh. Good question. Now, come on. I guess that works. Like, what are you actually stuck to? Hang on. Eh? Okay, you go... Wrong... You know what? That actually kind of works. At least a little bit. With the way the mantling works. Not for multiple in a row, though, looks like. I guess I used the last ladder there. Oh god, it's all dark as shit. There you are. Oh, that's what you were getting stuck on. Figures. Alright, hang on. In that case... Ignore the sounds in the dark. They cannot hurt you. Yeah. Okay, that kind of works to get up and down. Kind of. Better than nothing. Right, what was I doing? Mining is what I was doing. Which I don't have on me right now. Take one. Thank you. That's what I needed. All of these things are mine. Some money out of the Lost Media Wiki to get that Scientology Christmas movie with Mark Hamill. That would explain how that happened. That or Mark Hamill is just that strapped for cash. The wind is getting pretty rough out there, man. If the stream goes, like, down, don't be surprised. The cave devil! Nice, 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 nice. I'll even take the chest. Thank you. Called a high roll chest, but I don't feel particularly lucky, to be honest. Oh, good, I found hell. I was wondering how long it would take. Stone coffin, you say? There's some decent shit down here, huh? Free repair kit. I guess the material does matter, huh? Get that out of here. The coffin. Nice pillars. Very well put together, this place. You know, for being on, like, the precipice of hell. Make myself a little staircase in case I need it. That's good enough. You here on standby. Forgotten Temple Gateway. Huh? It's all hellfire and brimstone down here. Is that a fire elemental? Is that what that is? I feel like I'm punching way above my pay grade being down here. To be honest with you. Although there are precious minerals. Waluigi? You heard that, right? Don't need these. I feel like this is much more important. Bastet cobble? Basalt. I got some cool jewels. I feel like this went on much deeper than I was anticipating, to be honest. What's that green shit over there? I see more things for myself. Nothing else back there. Is that just another mushroom? Looks like. Ow! My flesh! Ugh. Green mineral appear in the mountains. You don't say. Take this, boner! Lesser health potion, lesser stamina potion, charcoal, free pickaxe. You I can take free of guilt. You I'm gonna need in a minute. You I'm fine with leaving behind. You will take... sticks. Get rid of that. Good enough. I should probably be hitting the old dusty trail. 3 spike traps, though. Lettuce. The devil's fruit. neck aching. White cap mushrooms I can probably afford to get rid of. All right, let's go home. And try not to explode or something. Ugh. As soon as I can figure out where I am. I must have gone past where I saw before, huh? Probably farther up this way and then around a corner. Oh yeah, there you are. Yep. Then have to make your way around. That works. For me to join your game, if I were to buy this, by the way. I have not looked into how multiplayer works at all. Your guess is as good as mine. If you can just join people's worlds, like on your friends list or whatever, it has the most leg up on Minecraft you can imagine. Instead of paying for a fucking server. Right. Now, how did I get in here in the first place? I don't think it was down, right? YouTubers collabing like nothing. A good sign. Create a world, hit escape, online play, select allow other players to join in on, then just copy your share code and send it to who you want to play with, and you're set. That is very convenient. Jesus. It astonishes me to this day that you have to, like, pay for a fucking Minecraft server just to play multiplayer with anyone. That's, like, inexcusable. Alright, I think I'm finding my way out. I think I'm retracing my steps more than not at all. I think. Unless this is just a dead end. Ridiculous. Console versions didn't work like that. You can just join anyone on your friends list. It was like the one thing it had, and that was like astronomically better. Okay, remember the room with all the white caps? And I thought, oh yeah, cool skulls. Oh, there must be a way that I'm missing further along. Oh yeah, there's an exit. Probably not the same one. I can earn it back. Dude, it's 20 bucks. Alright. Place all of this shit around so I actually know where this is. That's my house! How far away is this from the other door? Door? Entrance. Alright, well, good news is I don't have to deal with that goddamn beholder. Okay. Got a bunch of shit. Just a matter of throwing it where I need to. Good. I don't really need to have this on me, do I? I don't think. You go there. You, I can just throw on the open fire right now and add you to the collection. Conversion rates of this is at a considerable low anyway. Good news for everyone around, then. that there. Furnace. Turn all of that garbage on. Cooked all the way through already. Good for me. Thank you very much. Sturdy chitin. The bugs are back. I have some beef here I can cook, too. May as well. It's already there. Thank you, God. May as well keep on tanning. Shovel is mine. This will help some of the dirt clean up. Let that do its thing for a while. Check upstairs, see if Wilfred's still in his place. Good. Alright, let's get to it. That's pretty good. That's pretty alright. That's like nothing, man. Sucks for that, though. That makes sense. Good. This is pretty okay. That's not bad at all. Needs to get a little bit more leveled out from time to time. Especially with the way all this works. Alright, hang on. That's good. It's pretty good. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Should probably do it on the other side, too. Just for convenience sake. Just a minute. This is actually pretty much a decent drop-off spot here, right? Guess I don't really need to do that at that stage. Just a matter of picking through the rest of this. Two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably check what the iron pickaxe actually does. If it does that same thing for, like, brick. I guess let's find out together. You. Let's rock. I can work with that. Let's go see. It cuts through it really fast. That's real nice. Do 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 do. This is life-changing. That's that real high quality type of shit. Okay, that's pretty alright. That's pretty alright. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Just as long as it's feasible that nothing can climb up that side. Downloading the game now, good man. Have fun with the character creator, by the way. Because the update that was just like today or yesterday or whatever, they added a few more extra things. As you can see by my perfect face. My godlike chiseled features. Just really bring down the whole thing. Just a little bit at a time now. Just a wee amount. Steady your hand. The point is that there's only going to be one pathway up to the front door. Much less to worry about that way. Easy does it. Pretty okay, I think. Needs a little bit more to really stick the landing. Pretty okay. CM Punk says he does not like the term Mount Rushmore. 6 grandfathers is what it was called before we decided to carve 4 white men on the side of it. A lot of moral grandstanding from a man who took the check from the Saudis. And also shoved a 7-year-old. CM Punk is a cuck. So true! You know, Phil, you talk a lot of shit. For a man whose entire career only lasted as long as it has because of one promo you cut in the year of our Lord 2011. Because no one involved in the company liked the management at the time. Really been coasting off of that one. He's a fucking man-child? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Overcorrecting as far as he possibly can to hide the fact that he, like, manipulated a woman with promises of getting her into the wrestling industry for years on end, specifically to siphon money for trips at the time that he was taking. Admitting to this on camera, by the way. Ugh. It's one of those things where you just go, I support current thing because he's, like, desperate to not let anyone find out about the skeletons in his closet. That 2005 interview would someday hit him like a nuclear missile. God, please, let it happen. The louder the skeletons in the closet, yeah, tends to be. She said she wants to be a mother. Chuckles. Jesus Christ, Phil. He caught a promo at a house show defending grooming gangs. That sounds like something Phillip Brooks would do, yes? CM Punk is a worse person than Benoit. Oh, that hits the body just right. I had to cut down on some more of this shit. Because this links to under here. And then that links around to here, and that comes back around to here. I got, like, my own Helm's Deep weakness here, don't I? And then defeating CM Punk on the Virtue Mania event. You know, you say that, the last match that Benoit was booked for was him beating Punk for the ECW title, and then he no-showed for that event. You know, for reasons. And that's how Johnny Nitro first won a world title in his career. And then he switched his name to John Morrison soon after that. Blown open by Saruman's giant Acme bomb. Just in the wizard room with Snake Tongue there. Just, like, screwing the fuse into the big circular bomb. And he said his family won't be watching Raw tonight. He really meant it. Punk allegedly tried to sue one of those anti-AEW Twitter accounts over a parody shirt calling him Child Molester Punk. Ah. The internet's a wonderful place, you know that? Get this place looking nice and presentable. Just make it feasible that nothing can climb these walls except me. The wind is really loud out there. Like, I can hear shit rattling. Really loud. I am punk rock, calls lawyer. Good job, Phil. Yeah, that'll show him. What did you mean by that, Ben? Well, you'll see. Make sure the height is good enough. All around here. There's this way here, but nothing can feasibly climb up there. This side is basically perfect. Let me eliminate some of this extra baggage. Punk isn't a brand, but a lifestyle. Gets a Pepsi tattoo. Call one of your signatures the Pepsi Plunge. Vinyl, is that the thing you were talking about before when you said the thing in the night sky, or is that just the sun and I'm full of shit? Is that what that is? What am I looking at right now, Vinyl? Vinyl, you son of a bitch, you know something that I don't. What am I looking at right now? If that thing is about to open its eye, I'm gonna get really upset. I want you to know that. I mean, it's something that moves, not that. The dark moon. One thing at a time, please. We don't talk nearly enough about the fact that Punk tried to kill Tony, by the way. We all just kind of stopped talking about that after a while, didn't we? He tried to kill Tony Khan. Ugh. Ugh. I realize it's never gonna happen because they'll never let him get away with it. If and when MJF ever jumps ship to WWE, and I know it never in a million years will they ever let him say it. I want him to just cut a promo on Punk saying something to the effect of, you know, we all have problems with the work in this industry, but at least some of us didn't try to kill our boss. And then you came crawling back to the place where your boss did a lot worse. Oh, please, God. Okay, this looks pretty defensed. Pretty defensed in, I would say. This ain't bad. It's pretty alright. Everything's going to plan, alright. This is actual regular leather. This isn't even hide. I'm good. I'm set. You know, aside from the dirt that I don't want here. You. There we go. Sleep well, Ninja. Probably not gonna go much longer here. Get rid of this dirt. Get rid of this dirt. Throw the dirt over the ledge. Get rid of it. Throw the rubble over. I'm unscripted. Microphones are pipe bombs in my hands. Calls Meltzer because Hangman said a no-no word. Ugh. God, he's so full of shit. Well, Fred, you're still here. Good. Eat time. I awaken. You know, I have this tankard on me that I'm just not really doing anything with. I may as well, like, throw it somewhere, right? Oh, right. This is to actually drink out of. This isn't like an item I can place. Forgot about that one. Place a couple of these down where applicable, I guess. Chat, you know what's bad out there when I can hear, like, some kind of emergency siren in the distance in a town with a population of under 2,000? Guess the wind is stronger than I thought. This is probably a good spot, right? Probably. Can I walk through this without hurting myself? Yes. Good sign. That's really the only thing I cared about. Still can't make better workbench. Need more copper, evidently. Do I have more copper upstairs? Would really help. Wilfred, my friend. No, apparently I don't. Shit. I guess I needed to go down back to the mine again. Wilfred, get away from the door. Thank you. I like this multitude of doors thing I have going on. Everything's a little bit more logical that way. Go back and get all the copper you see. Hey, another family of pigs. Unless that's the same one and you just have a sibling. Either way, you're not going anywhere. I have an @ on a different server. Is that important? It does not seem like no. Good. The wind is really rattling my window, by the way. It's actually not nearly as cold as it has been right now. It's 47. It was getting down to like 28. Like last night, the night before, and the night before that. So now it's just the wind that's being a bit of a bitch. Ah, the majestic elk. Well, there's another cave. They all have something. Need more. Spend your entire life building your image around being wildly rebellious and individualistic, only to be dwarfed in those aspects by your peer who eats leaves and meditates with squirrels. Don't forget, doesn't watch television. I remember specifically Michael Cole going on like a psychotic rant about that on the air, by the way. About, yeah, Brian doesn't watch TV, he's a fucking freak. And that stuck with me for whatever reason because he sounded legitimately horribly pissed off about that. To this day, I have no idea what that was about. I need more copper. I always need more copper. I need like 20 copper. Normies get pissed when you don't wash the silver. Topical. I like this thing where I can see the next ore vein when I'm like starting to mine the one that I'm on. Saves me a lot of time. What's this shit? Apparently it's nothing I can have. Even with the iron axe. Yeah. I'll hold on to that. You obviously have no need for such things. Just let me get a few more for, like, safety's sake. Just go deeper into the pitch dark cave. How long until we start seeing, like, Dweller mods slop for this? I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. The elongated hobo spotted you from the distance. It's gonna start sprinting towards you at alarming speed. Is this how we got in here in the first place? Yeah, it looks like it. This'll do me well. Now just head on home. Huh. Random hole in the ground. Upgraded workbench, upgraded workbench, upgraded workbench! You're not Wilbur. You're a false idol. If I get up to that room and he's gone and that turns out to be Wilbur, I'm gonna be very upset. Okay. You. Turn on. Let that do its thing for a while. Wilfred! Yeah, he's in there. That's what matters. Consume. Better. Similar to the Fat Chihuahua room in Ori's place. Possible. They go and check to see if it's still there. That charcoal might not last through this whole session. I hear you up there. I know what else I hear, too. I know what to do with my time while I wait. Come here, Mallet, old boy. Come here now. Yeah, just barely out of reach. Yeah. Yeah. This is like too specific for me to be able to do. Yeah. Get your fat ass down here. Yeah. Not quite, huh? You taunt me with your capabilities of flight. Yeah. Yeah. Why won't you let me love you? Just fly a little bit lower now, little fella. Just a little bit lower now. Like, I logically shouldn't need more than a few of these, right? Alright, now come here now. Just get a little bit closer now. You son of a bitch, you know. nose. Just a little bit closer. Then you'll never have to worry about anything in this life again. Come on now, little fella. Come on now, you son of a bitch. You refuse to get within distance that I need. You mock me. You know, this is not the first time I've tried to catch a duck in my life, oddly enough. Where'd you go now, boy? Come on now, son. Just a little bit closer, goddammit. Yeah. He knows to extend his flight just beyond my reach. Bastard's too smart. Too wily. Wilfred, you're grounded. Yeah. Oh, good. A plentiful amount. All for myself. Upgrade! Splendid. Well, it's something. Ah, mithril. Really working ourselves down to the bone for everything, aren't we? Make some more metal spike traps, why not? Just let them just do their thing. I guess I can do it this way, too. I guess. Got some nice chest on standby. I don't really need to have this on hand, do I? Since I'm really just using the sword at this stage. So I have some things I can place when I need. I know where you're going. Yeah. Good enough. Now, those wooden spike traps. A good start. Decent one. Just scatter them about wherever you have need. Much more defensible than it once was. Big improvement, I think. probably still do something here. Hang on. Looking pretty decent. 5 Nights at Ori's will have a check the fat Chihuahua mechanic. If you don't prevent it from disappearing, it will jump scare kill you automatically. That's true. They do that. It's very accurate. Long as the place is shorn up for balance sake, everything should be okay. Also, dump off this leather stuff. Probably just keep leather in its own dedicated thing if I'm using it this much, huh? Leather, hide. Leather, hide, just stick there. Let it do its thing for a while. You go there. Extra blocks I'm not doing anything with right now, go there. That'll be alright. Same deal with you. Some spares of that on standby. That's looking a lot better than it was. Have you in case I need you. This is nice and well put together, and I like the way everything's coming out. The only thing I would like to do with this, like, outdoor porch is, like, umbrellas, but I don't think that's really a thing. Like, ideally, I would have, like, an umbrella here. And here. And here. It's a nice place. It's a nice view. Good scenery. Now, if only I could build a goddamn statue in my honor. Genuinely, if there was a way to combine, like, building something like this with, say, the way RimWorld does with handling your pawns, I think that'd be pretty nice. Hilda, I think that's pretty alright. Downright decent, I would say. Good defensible spots all around. Take the ingots. Wait. Throw them into here. Proper pig pen. I could do that downstairs, couldn't I? Like my Helm's Deep hole down there. I could do that. I would have to make it a little bit easier on everything else that we're doing right now. Not a terrible idea, though. Why is that bird... You see that out of the corner of your eye over there? With the way the fisheye lens on this works? You see that bird over there just flying with its wings down? Huh. The place is definitely becoming more of a home. It's just a matter of getting everything lined up properly. Ain't nothing climbing this shit. You know, unless there's, like, spiders or an equivalent of them. Which I have not seen. Maybe that's what the rake-looking things are. Did I mention how much I like mantling, by the way? Because it's really useful. There are spiders? Oh, good to know. This is nice. This is a pleasant experience. Single block of dirt pissing me off. Pretty right, I would say. Ow. Huh. Be better for the pig pen? What, this? I would have to do something for this, because he keeps going upstairs. And I don't want him going upstairs. All the greenery outside? What, that spot there? All of this? Yeah, I guess. I would have to fence it in nice and proper, though. Problems for later, I suppose. Hey, man. You calm? You cool and collected now that you're used to being here? Also the way you enter the home. The front door? Hello, Wilfred, my son. Good? You right? Everything well put together? See, he's chill. He knows better now. There's a good lad. All right, I'm good. Game's very fun. Thank you for coming by the stream. I appreciate it. If you want to know when streams are going to start or what we're going to be doing on any given day, scroll down just a little bit, hit the link, follow me on Twitter. Twitch is there. Stream there also. Feel free to give that a follow if you like. Patreon is down there. A little bit of support goes a long way to help you can get your name in the credits along with these lovely people right now. And thank you. We should be back on Thursday for something or other. Not sure what exactly. I guess we'll figure it out together, but thanks. I will see everyone again in the next one. You take care now, kids. Goodbye.